Dun dun dun, epic logo pan. Hey, so today I wanted to do a video about what fitness do you do and why. It seems like the more we engage with the internet and social media, we see thousands and thousands of fitness videos on how to get fit, how to tone up and put on muscle and lose weight and get in shape and get a firm butt and all this stuff. But the real question is why? Why do you do what you do? There has to be a purpose, right? So I wanted to kind of chat about that and about what Simon Says PT tries to focus on. Because I was talking to someone the other morning about this, that you always see online trainers and videos about getting back to basics. But my question is, why did we ever leave basics? You know, like your plank hold, your push up, your squat, the most common three exercises, and the three that I dish out to my clients all the time. And I say to them, look, if you're not coming to sessions, just maintain those three. Just one set, your best effort on plank, push up, squats. You do that a day, that's like 3 minutes of your day. And that's going to keep up your base fitness because it's one core, it's one arm, it's one leg. Most of your muscle groups are being used in all three, and all three are very common either movements or stability exercises that you need for everyday life. So you don't need to be, doing all these crazy exercises that we see online, hanging from things and like calisthenics. Don't get me wrong, calisthenics is great for what it is, but you have to think, why am I doing it, and what is the purpose? How does this benefit my life? Like if you've got bad shoulders and you're throwing sandbags around, is it really necessary? Is it really something that you need or is going to benefit you going forward? Now, if you've got bad shoulders, tossing sandbags, and that may not be, the right thing for you to do. So that's what I wanted to focus on, and also get back to the Simon Says way, which is just keeping up your plank hold, push-ups and squats. Just get comfortable. Those who know me and follow my page know that I'm heavy on body image, and I know for a lot of people how you look is important. We all have that little bit of vanity. I mean, oh geez, look, I've got this wicked little sunglasses dot. I don't know how that happened, but maybe I could start a new trend of monobrow art. It's going to be a new thing, having a forehead dot. But to me, I couldn't care less about, how I look. I've been cutting my hair for 20-something years now. I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, it looks, they don't get you anything. It's not like you ever went in to get a coffee of a morning and someone said, oh, I'm sorry, we don't serve coffee to people who look like you. Like, it's not something that we should be living our lives by. So when it comes down to picking the right exercises for you, are you doing things that are going to help the way you look, or are you doing things that are going to help you function? Now, there are many exercises that you will see in people's online videos about, ab twists and knee ups hanging from a bar and whatever else. But even though they may work and they may make you stronger, if you're not kind of ready for that level, or you're not looking to, mix up your routine because you already kick ass at planks, push-ups and squats, then it may not be necessary, or it could damage the way your body moves if you're not ready for it. But again, it comes back to the why. If you have poor balance and you have poor core stability, doing ab crunches, twists, anything with some kind of like movement or jerking is probably not what you need. So then you have to get back to basics. And this is why I always come back to our sessions being about doing the basics. Everything we do at Simon Says is about function and preventative and things that you're going to need throughout life. If you can maintain something for the rest of your life, that's the key. Constantly changing it up for the rest of your life may not. And if you find yourself constantly getting injured, again, it may not be good for you. And this is where you need to think about, is what I'm doing hurting me, or is it making me stronger to prevent injuries? So before I quickly go over what you should be doing, what you could be doing just to work on those three basics every day, you want to kind of bring it back to the whole body image thing. I do a lot of posts about it, and I know there's probably going to be some people that look at it and go, oh, here we go again, more crap about body image. And I don't mean to, come off in a negative way. I'm always trying to just say, look, it's just not worth focusing on. There are so many bigger things in life to worry about than how you look. And, even if someone come up to you in a day and said, excuse me, I've just vomited in my mouth looking at you, you look absolutely disgusting. That's not a thing on you. That's a thing on them. That makes that person look terrible. And not as in look image terrible, as in their character. So worst case scenario, if that was to happen to you based on the way you look, it's still not a thing on you. So, it seems like the more this social media thing pushes and pushes how we look, how we act, oh my God, what perfect angle we get, it's a load of shit. At the end of the day, we should be living our lives trying to better ourselves, trying to see the world, trying to do all this stuff. And to do that, you just need basic fitness. So your plank hold is going to keep you nice and stable throughout your spine, and you're using a lot of different muscle groups. Push-ups, one of the most common movements, great for the arms and chest and back. Again, it's kind of like the plank hold because you're stabilizing that core. And then your squats, one of the most common exercises, sitting down, getting up, sitting on the toilet, getting up, hovering, camping, trying to do a poo, it's all squats. So you maintain those three every day. Can you get like a minute and a half plank? Can you get 30 push-ups? Can you get 50 jump squats? And do normal squats if you've got bad knees or ankles. A lot of the online videos you see of people doing plyometrics, yeah, okay, it's fancy and it looks cool and yeah, it might hurt. But that's the point, is if it hurts, not as in a muscle hurt, but if it's damaging your knees because maybe you lean too far, or if your balance sucks so you could potentially roll an ankle, don't do it. Just do normal squats. Guarantee you do enough of them, or throw in some holds at the bottom, you're gonna get a good leg workout. But the point is keeping it up every day. People get bored of doing the same thing over and over and over again. But if you look at all like the top martial arts people in the world, the top fighters from the UFC, it's about doing the same thing over and over and over. I don't know how many times I've shared Bruce Lee's quote of, don't be scared of the guy that can do 10,000 kicks once. Be scared of the guy that can do one kick 10,000 times. Because the point is, the guy that can do that one kick 10,000 times is going to be so good at it from doing it over and over. It's perfection, or close to. So we got to stop worrying about doing things to shred a little bit of ab fat, or doing things to make our bums perkier. You never went to the movies and you bought a seat and someone said, excuse me, the front row's for perky bums only. Like, it's idiotic to think that we're still, this day and age, doing things, worrying about how we look, how others perceive us. So Simon says it's about moving past that crap and doing things because, you need a strong bum to run further, to bike ride, to climb mountains, to be able to get off the toilet on your own when you're 85 and not need a blue nurse to come and get you. No offense to blue nurses, you're doing a great job. But that's the point, doing things with a purpose and knowing the why. Don't just see something on the internet and go, oh my God, she's hot, I want to look like that, so I'm going to do that, because maybe it's not for you. The amount of people I know that have got weak glutes, tight IT bands down the side of their legs, down here, is causing hip pains, knee pains, and all these problems, and then they have to go see a physio, and then they have to go get massages all the time. It's just trying to conquer those issues and repetitive, just over and over and over, work on the glutes, work on whatever you can to get them strong, so that from now on, you don't have these issues. That's what I want you guys to focus on. So, I rant a lot about this, but purely because I really want to try and get like a new movement going through in a positive way, that we forget about body image, and that you only need to maintain, at the very basic, one plank hold for as long as you can, one set of push-ups, one set of jump squats, as long as the technique is good. If your technique sucks, stop. Move on to something else. And if you want to mix it up, still do those three basics, but then add other movements, or add a swim, or add a bike ride, or add a mountain climb. And by all means add, but don't forget to do those basics. Especially if you've ever caught yourself going, oh, I feel like I've got to start again, and I had just 1 week off, so now I feel like I've lost it all. If you know that that's you, Start today. Start fresh. Get a calendar, or ask me for a calendar. I'll send you a Simon Says calendar with a picture of me doing this. Every day, 1 plank, 1 set of push-ups, 1 set of jump squats. Comment, post, whatever you want, tag me in the shit, and I will congratulate you, I will push it, I'll share it, I'll do whatever it is that you need for social media. As long as you do it. Pretend you're a martial artist or you're an athlete, or you're saying, do you know what? Those 3 things I suck at, I'm gonna do just those 3 things until I'm really good at them. As good as using my phone every day, as good as cleaning my teeth every day, as good as anything else that you do every day. Once you get that in, you'll realize that the thing you can do for the rest of your life and the food you can eat for the rest of your life is how you'll be for the rest of your life. But if you keep changing, or you keep stopping, or anyone going to Melbourne Cup in Australia today that's going to get shit-faced and suffer tomorrow for it, as soon as you change the system breaks down. So keep it basic. Forget body image. Do things for a purpose. And if you're doing exercises you don't know why, ask someone, or whoever gave you the exercises, ask them why. There's got to be a good why. And if the why doesn't justify something to do with your life, maybe don't do it. Okay? So 3 basics. Plank hold. Hang on. I'm just gonna get something out to hold my phone up. We'll start with the plank hold. Let's move around. So, you want to be nice and flat, no bums in the air, no bums down here. You want it nice and straight and flat where you can feel everything down there working. Try not to roll your back out too much, because then this doesn't work as hard. You want to just find that nice medium right there where it catches. If you sink too low, then there's all that pressure on the shoulders and too much pressure on the hips and stomach. Forget abs. We've all got abs. The shit that you got in front of it is the reason why no one can see it. But having abs doesn't make any difference. You didn't win anything for having abs. We want a strong core, as in spine, muscles that support the spine, so we have good balance and that we can control a lot of the other movements in our life. So, plank hold. Number 1, try to get to 1.5 minutes. You do good at plank holds, 3 minutes. If you're one of those people who love taking whatever number I give you and trying to do better, okay, fine. 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Jazz at my sessions, she can do like 10 minutes and then ask if she needs to stop, if that's enough. So you beat Jazz, good on you. Now, push-ups. Best thing to do is get your hands where your body fits. Don't go too wide, because your shoulders will take too much load, and then you're gonna really hammer the shoulder joint. Hands next to you, your arms will make like a, it's hard to see, like a 45-degree angle. Some people do it like that and they're comfortable. If that's you, that's fine. If it's comfortable for you and that works, great. It does look very awkward, but you know, for some people it is fine. Most everyone else, hands where you fit here. If you want to do this whole tricep thing where you focus on squeezing tight, that's fine too. There's no definitive rule on push-ups. It's just, if you were to push a fridge into the wall, where would you do that at your strongest point? If you're not sure, go and try your fridge, or stand next to a mate and put your hands together and where you're strongest. That's technically where your hands are going to be. So for most people, right next to their body. You want to be able to push all the way up to straight arms, come all the way down, full range of motion. A lot of people do little pumps because it puffs the muscle out, makes us look huge. Again, why? Is there like a menu at the restaurant for huge people only? You get a Flintstone size steak because your muscles need it? No. So we want to do full range of motion so we can still reach, we can still, you know, flexibility. It's not about getting huge. Unless you lift trucks for a living, you don't need to be huge. So we want strength to push. You know, whoop, I fell over. Okay. I want to get up off the ground. That's how you do it. So a good exercise to practice for push-ups is, can you push off the ground and release each time? If you can, fantastic, you got the strength. Now if you can't, and you need to do it from your knees, that's great. I tell all my girls, I want you to be chest to the floor on your knees before you attempt doing it from your feet. Because otherwise, if you try from your feet straight away, it doesn't really look like a push-up, looks more sexual and not the best thing to be doing in outdoor PT. Or people do this. Again, not that great to be looking at, but it's not that functional. So you want to make sure the technique's first. So if you need to, do it from your knees. It's okay, you're not a wuss. And they're not called girls push-ups. They're just called from the knee push-ups. Whoop. As you can tell, I get very frustrated by why people do things and the big push that social media has. So as irritating as I might sound, there is some method to this madness, and I'm just hoping that you can do this crap for the rest of your life. Kind of really, like, makes me wonder when people go, oh, I suck at push-ups. How often do you do them? Yeah, not that often. Good chance that's the reason why you suck. So find someone who doesn't suck at push-ups and ask them how many push-ups they do or how often they do them. Generally, they will say every day or every second day. And if they can, there's a good amount. It's like cleaning your teeth. The more you do it, the more just typically good you are at it. Have you ever seen anyone struggle at brushing their teeth? Whoop. Weird analogy, I know. So, from your knees. Whoop, where can you see? Straight body. From knees to shoulder. Straight. Down, touch, back up. No bike stands. So tuck your bum under. And don't let your hands be up in line with your head, because they're just going to pinch on your shoulders, going to really cane. Right, squats. As you can see, my filming is not professional A standard, but that's because it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to win an Emmy or anything for this. Now, a good squat. Let me get a chair. Also, seems to be on the internet you got to have all the best clothing. Thank you Kmart for my $10 fitness shoes. Oh no, what am I talking about? They were $4. Okay, well, this is no fun. There we go. Oh, that's not a good view, is it? So, squats. Sitting back, driving back through the hips. Knees. You know, it doesn't matter if you're doing forward if your limbs are long, but if you sit back like this, the emphasis is here, all in that thing that apparently everyone worries about so much. Look, having a big ass doesn't mean shit. Having an ass that works, that gets you up off a bench, does. So if your ass is fat, there's a good chance you're just going to have to lift more to get up, or you're not going to fit in a seat. Sorry, if I offended anyone there that does have a slightly bigger bum, I didn't mean it, you know. All I'm saying is, don't work to get a fat ass because Kim Kardashian or, you know, 90% of pop stars say that you should have a fat ass. Or because you saw squat pulses or something on Instagram. Why? Why are we doing squat pulses? Did you ever go to the toilet or sit down on a seat and go, there's only one industry that squat pulses is important. I'm going to leave that up to you to guess. Because if I say it on here, it could get me in trouble. So yes, squat pulses, doesn't matter. You want to sit down on something, you want to stand up. And you know why knee-high squats are always the perfect height? Go and measure any bench. Sit down on a seat. Pretty much like every seat you've ever sat on is knee-high. Go figure. Why do they do that? Why don't they make smaller seats for people with smaller lower limbs and then higher benches for people with longer limbs? Just kind of odd that, eh? The point is, nearly every bench you will ever find is like a universal standard. It's all to the generic knee height, so you can sit down at a 90-degree angle because it's comfortable, because it's functional. It's funny how councils who we hate actually design something with a decent Y. So yeah, that's where you squat. That's where the toilet height is. That's where every height of everything is. Beds, couches, everything. Just get your squat sorted for that. And the best way to test it is sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up. For some of you with bad knees and hips, that could be your squat. Sitting down on a bench, standing back up. So, plank hold. Just try your best to hold flat for as long as you can. Push-ups, hands just next to the body, not in front. You want to have your chest in line with your hands when you do your push-up, not your face. And start from your knees until you can touch your chest every single rep. When you get to about 20 reps, maybe then try go to your feet. And squats. Maybe 50 jump squats if you're good with plyometrics, and normal squats if you've got any joint issues. So this has been 20 minutes, I hope, of educational, or maybe for you, a little bit of a slap in the face of, hey, look, forget doing things to look hot, or, you know, to shed a little bit of ab weight because, you know, Rachel looks hot, so I've got to go to the beach with Rachel, and if she looks hotter than me and I can't go to the beach. Like, stuff all that. It's purely about function. When you're 85, do you want someone caring for you, or do you want to be able to do everything yourself? You know, my other half's Nan is like 94 and she's still kicking on doing everything for herself. So Nan, if you're watching this, and yeah, my Nana in Sydney, gonna kill me for not mentioning this. She's 97, still doing things for herself. So, you know, big ups to the Nanas who are still in their 90s kicking ass for themselves. So yeah, function first, body image never. And if anyone ever says anything to you about body image, or you follow people who for some reason seem to have the exact same pose all the time, where the camera seems to be like conveniently down my tits. Why are they posting photos of tits and ass and then writing really good stuff? Either write really good stuff and show us how to do it, or just tell us, you know, hey guys, look at me, you want to look like me. And I know I'm not saying that to your face, but realistically it's a good selling point. So if you think you want to look like me, you'll buy my program, blah, blah, blah. It does sound like I have a little bit of bee in my bonnet towards these people who are making millions. My only issue is what they're convincing us all. If in 10 years' time we have society ravaged by people who only care with what they look like, then it's going to be a big issue. And you can see why there's so many kids these days that are messed up thinking that, you know, if they don't look a certain way, or they don't dress a certain way, or they don't speak a certain way, that they're not worthy. And, you know, on a serious note, when I see this and there's kids with just the utmost potential to be great at sport or science or something that actually makes a difference, and they're spending their day posting shit on the internet or following shit on the internet, and it governs the way they think, and, you know, listening to music stars who might portray that, you know, being a badass and stealing or doing drugs or whatever is like just gotta do it, then we need a massive change, and we need better idols. Maybe we need our sports stars, you know, out there promoting more education and, what would you say, just better motivation. If anything is brand driven and they're only posting stuff because their brand wants them to, and, you know, food brands that oddly seem to share photos of perfect girls eating their food. I don't understand what that has got to do with the food. I'd rather see someone like looking like they're drooling, looking over the food, like my dog, or sorry, my partner and ours dog. When he drools on food, that food looks damn tasty. So everything's got to have a point and a why, and everything else is just not, it's just not worth it. Do things for yourself, work on yourself, better yourself, and when it comes to fitness and health, eat healthy because you should. You know, if you're drinking too much alcohol and you know the shit's got no vitamin C or anything good in it, and you're feeling a little bit maybe overweight or carrying something that you didn't have when you were 15, no doubt it's the alcohol. So just cut the shit out. Or, you know, if you really have to drink, do it because you enjoy it or whatever. But yeah, just do things for a purpose, and I guarantee things will work out so much better. Anyway, this has been a massive video, so thank you for watching if you got through all 24 minutes. And yeah, Simon says, function first. Okay, All right, go kick some ass, and I'll see you on the next video.